Hello and welcome to the Petticoated Swashbuckler. My name is Maren and today we're gonna suit ourselves. So I'm in the process of making a wardrobe for a domestic servant from 1929. We've made some underwear, all of that here. We made a nightgown, I made a blouse that I was planning on putting up, but I forgot, it's over there. But all the kind of advice that I've been reading have said that you should invest in a suit. If you're dressing on a budget, you should really prioritize investing in a good quality suit. It was considered very economical because you could wear it for a number of years and for a number of outfits. It was considered very smart, kind of good way to dress professionally. It was considered kind of practical in that you could dress it up or down. You could dress it, if you dress with a nice blouse, you've dressed up. If you're dressing it with more like a sporty blouse, you can dress it down. You can wear the jacket on its own or the skirt on its own, and it's just very, it's a very utilitarian way of dressing. So I thought it'd be perfect for a domestic servant. I do have a pattern for a skirt and a jacket, and I thought we'd start with the skirt and then I'll do the jacket in another video. I'm going to make my suit up in a very simple black wool, and the reason for that is that I want it to look, I want to be able to wear it in my everyday life without it looking like I put on a costume, and because I feel very comfortable in black. I don't know if you've been able to tell. So when I have a pattern. It's the same pattern kind of package that I used for my blouse, and if you watch that video you'll know that the pattern doesn't really come with instructions. It's more like it comes with a lot of numbered notches. So you have first you join notch 1 and notch 2, and then you join notch 2 and notch 2, and then notch 3 and notch 3, and it seems very confusing, but it was actually a really good way of making clothing. So I think we should bring that back. But I do, because the skirt is quite complicated. It has a lot of strange seams, which is a good thing because as I have chosen a kind of plain, boring fabric for my skirt, I think all those seams will add a lot of interest to an otherwise quite uninteresting garment. But it does mean that I cannot, from the pattern pieces, tell what piece is what or goes where. So I will definitely make a mock-up. I think that's first on the agenda. Want to come along? I am so glad that I made a mock-up because I had to make some changes. Okay, so this is my skirt mock-up, and the thing with me is I usually have to choose between stuff fitting in the waist and stuff fitting over my thighs, and because it's easier to start big and make stuff smaller, that's what I've done. So to fit over my thighs, it was much too big in the waist, so this pattern actually called for 1 dot on each side of my bum. I've actually remade that with 3 dots on each side of the bum, which I think looks okay. It fits nicely over the bum now. It's not too big in the waist. It's not too kind of narrow either. It's supposed to be a little roomy. It's supposed to sit a bit lower. This is my natural waist. It sits about a centimetre or so lower than my natural waist. I'm really happy with the shape of it. It's really fun. I love all the little seams. I must make it longer. It's now kind of just at knee length, which is a tiny bit too short for me. I want it a little longer, so I'll probably add, I guess about like 10 centimeters, because some of that is also going to go up into the hem. So about 10 centimeters I think will be fine. But apart from that, I'm really happy with this. I'm gonna have to find a way to like close it in the side. I might just use snaps, to be honest. I've kind of fallen in love with snaps. They're so handy. and I can't kind of I can't really justify using them for that many periods, so I'm using them a lot when I can. So yes, I think what I will do now is I'll cut it out. I will try and make what's called Hong Kong finished seams. So I think I'll cut out all my pieces with the adjustments from the pattern, and then I will go around with bias tape and then kind of just bias tape off every seam except for this one up here and the hem, and then we can start stitching stuff together. I first went in and hemmed or bound all the seam allowances except for what should become the waistline and what should become the hem. I then went in and stitched the bum darts, for a lack of a better name. When the darts were done, I went in and I stitched all the pieces together as indicated by the notches on the pattern. I attached a waistband. I hemmed it by stitching more bias tape to the hem, folding it up, and first stay stitching with the machine and then stitching the bias tape to the skirt by hand. And finally I attached the closures. I decided to go for hooks and eyes instead of snaps. I might change this later, I don't know. I also attached a kind of hook and bar that's a little more sturdy to the waistband, as well as a decorative button. And then I found myself a 1929 restaurant in my town and went for a visit.